This is the heuristic worksheet that you have received, term 1, week 9. It's on percentage. Right, there were 490 students in the hall, so this is the total. You can write down as I go through with you. And then 40 of them were boys. So you will draw your model 40. So this is before. So 40% boys. So you can write down here 40% boys. And if this is 100%, 40% will be boys, 60% will be girls. And the total of these two is actually 490. Okay, from here to here. When some boys left the hall, the percentage of the hall boys in the hall dropped. So boys left, percentage will drop. Right? So you can see this is the midpoint. So after some boys left, this is the number left. So what you notice over here is the number, you look at the size of this model, it becomes smaller, but it's 30%. And what you also notice here, if there's 30% left for boys after the after model, the number of girls should still remain the same. So therefore I'm going to color here. Okay. The number of girls are still the same. So you notice that this is the key point of the whole question. Number of girls are still the same, but the percentage changes because they will add up to 100% here, 100% here. Now, so you have to know it is always 100%. Okay, and so what's fixed? What's fixed over here? The number of girls. Okay, you may write this down on your paper. So okay, let's try to solve this. Now, given that you know that the total of this whole thing here is 490, therefore 100%, use arrow, okay, represents 490. And because this is 60, we are going to use this part to solve this part here. So we will find the before number of girls, number of boys, after number of girls, number of boys. And how to do it? Let's look at step 1 over here. If 100% is 490, which is the whole bar here, then let us find 60. Okay, so I'm going to write before here. Okay, I'm not going to use those on the left. They are the same as what I'm going to do, but in a simpler version. Okay, so you may want to find 1% first. Okay, let me find 1%. Easier for you. And 490 divide by 100, and that will be 2 zeros, right? 1, 2, 4.9. Okay, and if we want to find number of girls, which is 60%, that will mean it is 4.9 times 60, and I'll get 294. To help yourself, you can write 294 here, 294 here, because the number remain unchanged even though the percentage changed. You notice that? Okay, so this 294 girls, I will just write G to help myself to see. So you should write that as well. And then we find number of boys, which is 40%. So you write down 40% here. 4.9 is 1% times 40, and I get 196. Once I found what I have for both boys and girls for before, let's find the after. Okay, after. So what is very important here is to use this number, apply to the 70%. So I have, if my 70% represent 294, 1% will be 294 divided by 70, and I will get that as 294 divided by 7. And that will be 4.2. And I'm interested to find out the number of boys, which is 30%, will be 4.2 times 30, and I will get 126. So again, label as boys. Okay, so once labeled, we can now solve the problem. How many boys left the hall? Original number of boys 196. Now it became 126. So all you have to do is to take before minus after. You will get 70. Okay, so very clearly stated here. Answer, and that's it. So what's very important here is to find what is fixed, which is the number of girls. Alright, let's move on to the next question. This question is similar as the one before, and again, I'm not going to use those on the left hand side. I will cancel them. Okay, I will give you some time to pause, and then you have to work it out on your own. Pause the video for a while, maybe, okay, and then you worked out the question before you continue to view the video. Okay, so you pause for 5 minutes, and then, or 10 minutes, complete this sum before you look at my explanation again. Alright, after pausing, this is here it goes, how it goes. This is total. Okay, so therefore, the entire model again, you see this is the midpoint. Okay, so the entire model here is 800. 30% of them were females, so as you can see here, some female fish died, and then in the end it dropped to 20%. And bear in mind the concept of they are always 100%. So 70, 30, 100%. So again, okay, so how should I do it? Okay, it looks something like that. Okay, so 100% represents 800. 1% will be 800 divided by 100. That gives me 8. So, and similarly like just now, we will look at anything that is fixed, and that is this one. Okay, this is the one that's fixed. So since this is fixed, 70% will mean is 8 times 70, and I get the answer 560. And this is the number of male that I've written over here. Okay, next I will find the number of female, so that's 30%, and it's 8 times 30, and I get 240. Okay, after that, label this, remember label this as before. We are going to link the number that you have found out, which is okay, 560 for the before. I'm going to write it here so that you can see it clearer, and 240 over here. What is fixed is this. So now this 80% also represents 560. Okay, so therefore 80% represent 560. So I find 1%, 1%, I'll take 560 divided by 80. I'll get 7. So if 1% is 7, I'm left with this to find, right? So 20% will be 1% 7 times 20, and I get 140, and that's the number of female. So if I write this here, everything is very clear now. You can see that 240 minus 140, which I'm going to fill in the last part here. I will be able to find 100, right? Which is when you read the question, you are looking for the female goldfish died. Okay, so therefore you take before minus after. Quite easy actually. Okay, alright, you go and view the other you go and do the other 2 practices, and when you come back during the holidays, you send them to me. Alright, go and do. Bye. Remember to do all your holiday assignments.